Hello students, welcome to our first lesson in this school year. So our first lesson will focus on Module 1, Quadratic Equations, and our first lesson will be, of course, the Introduction to Quadratic Equations. So, are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so this is supposedly activity 1 if it's in asynchronous learning, but then because it's asynchronous, so let's just discuss what this activity is going to be. Okay, so below are different equations. Use these equations to answer the questions that follow. Okay, you can take a screenshot of these equations if ever, no? So you can answer the questions on the other slides. Okay, so we have there the different equations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equations in all. Okay, so there are some questions that you need to answer. Question number 1. Which of the given equations are linear? Did you remember linear equations? Okay, which of them are linear? Okay, let's check later on as to your answers now. On the other side are the answers to these questions. Okay, which of the equations are not linear? And why can you say that these are equations which are not linear? Okay, maybe you could have it grouped as in a column. So one here will be linear and the other column will be not linear. Ganun lang sigurong gagawin. Okay? And then, how are these equations different from those which are linear? So, it's asking for the difference of the two equations, or the difference of the two columns. Alright? So, you can pause this video so you could answer the questions. Okay? Okay, so for us to check whether your answers in activity 1 are correct, so ito yung activity 2. Okay, so classify me. Diba yung question sa number 1 is which of the equations are linear? So ito dapat yung mga sinagot nyo sa number 1 para ma-check na. Okay, yan ba? Nasa number 1 nyo ba yan? Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 equations are linear. So, in other words, yung mga hindi kasali dito sa 1, 2, 3 will be your answers for not linear. Okay, so ito yung sagot sa number 2 naman. Okay, why can you say that these are not linear? Balik kayo dun sa definition ng linear equations. Diba sabi, pag linear equations, dapat first degree. So, meaning, ang highest exponent niya is only 1. Okay? So, yun. Alright. So, dahil sa grade 8, na-discuss na sa inyo yung linear equations, I hope naka-learn kayo kahit konti, kahit nasa pandemic na tayo during that time, pero grade 8 lesson yung linear equations. So, therefore, ang focus natin is yung mga nasa not linear equations. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung mga nasa not linear equations? Isa-isahin natin sila. Okay. Isa-isahin mo and observe. Okay? Observe. Ano yung common characteristics that these equations have? Ano yung meron sa kanila lahat? Okay. Sige, eto na lang para ma-idea kayo kung saan dapat mag-focus ng observation. Diba yung definition ng linear equation is first degree. So, highest exponent niya is 1. Wala kang makikitang exponent kasi 1 yung highest exponent niya. So, ngayon, focus din natin yung exponent. Okay, focus natin. Tingnan natin ano yung highest exponent ng mga equations na to. Okay, let's start with the first. Ano yung highest exponent na makikita? Nakita niyo ba dito sa may blue? Ito. Ayan. Diba? Palitan ko lang yung color ng pen. Okay. Dito naman sa may violet, tingnan natin. Ayan. Okay. Then sa orange, tingnan nyo lang, hanapin nyo lang yung highest exponent. And then, green. So, ngayon, kaya na bang sagutin to? What common characteristics do these equations have? Yes, very good. Yung highest exponent nila is 2. Okay, hindi na siya 1. Highest exponent niya is 2. Wala ring more than 2. 2 talaga ang pinaka-highest exponent. Therefore, kung 2 ang highest exponent, ano kayang tawag dito? Okay. Okay, balikan natin sila. Again, how do we call this type of equation? Ito yung lesson natin, class. Quadratic equations to. So, therefore, nagsimula tayo sa examples of quadratic equations. Now, based on the observations, based on activities 1, 2, and then yung in-observe natin kanina, how do we define quadratic equations? Focus tayo sa exponent. Dapat, highest exponent niya is 2. So, we will define quadratic equations as a quadratic equation is a mathematical sentence of the degree 2. Therefore, highest exponent na makikita natin sa isang quadratic equation is 2. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan. Hindi dapat greater than 2, less than 2. 2 talaga yung highest exponent. Because a quadratic equation, again, is of the second degree or of the degree 2. Alright. Now, since na-define na natin yung quadratic equation, I guess, kaya na natin tong activity 3. Again, this is self-evaluation. Write your answers in your notebook. Tapos, bawat checkan nyo rin. Tingnan natin kung hanggang saan yung learning nyo sa video na to. Okay? So, here's what you're going to do. Identify which of the following equations are quadratic and which are not. So, ganun lang kasimple. Quadratic, not. Okay. Una. Quadratic or not? Tama. Not. Hindi po siya quadratic. Bakit? Wala kang makikitang 2. Therefore, 1, ito, yung highest exponent niya dito is 1. So, this is linear. Hindi siya quadratic. Okay. Sige nga. Okay. Check nyo na yung sumagot ng quadratic. Yes po. Quadratic equations siya. Dahil dito sa highest exponent na 2 na makikita natin dyan. Nag-circle ako. Okay? So, let's continue. Number 3. Quadratic equation din siya. Quadratic. Bakit? Highest exponent, walang greater than 2, kundi 2 lang talaga. Okay? Another one. Not. Bakit? Walang 2 na makikita at linear equation yan. Kasi wala kang makikitang exponent. How about this? Yes, it's quadratic. Klarong-klaro. Meron tayong 2 dito. Oh. Yan. Okay, erase natin sila kasi hindi na nakikita. Okay. Okay, quadratic yan. Alright? So, ito naman, yung number 6. Okay, baka sumagot kayo ng not, ha? Bakit kayo sasagot ng not? Sige nga. Quadratic yan. Ma'am, asan yung asan yung 2? Wala naman siyang 2. Kasi nga, may operation pa siya. Tingnan natin, ha? Wait lang. For a while. Tingnan natin. May operation kasi siya na involved. Ano yung operation niya? Diba? I don't know if makikita yung board ko sa video, pero sana lang sana. Wait lang, ha? Kasi may operation pa siya na multiplication. So, 3x times x minus 2. Okay, so dahil may operation pa siya, you need to multiply. Alam nyo pa ba kung paano mag-multiply? Okay, pag multiply, all you need to do is to distribute this to that one. So there, pag nag-multiply ka ng 3x times x, yung sagot niya is 3x squared. Okay, so dun yung nakikita yung 2, 3x squared. Okay, so yung sagot is lang 3. Hindi ako magaling dito. Oh, ganon. So, dun yung makikita yung x squared. Ang tanong ngayon, alam nyo pa ba kung paano mag-multiply? Yun. Anyway, it's another lesson for us to learn siguro sa next lesson na to. But, again, this question is quadratic. Pag may operation pa class, you need to perform the operation before identifying whether it's quadratic or not. Okay, continue. Quadratic or not? Quadratic or not? Not po yan. Ma'am, may 2. May nakikita kaming 2, ma'am. Bakit not? Yes, meron ngang 2. Ito, oh. Tingnan natin, ha. Ayan, oh, may 2. Wait lang. May 2. Wala. Sige. Hayaan nyo na lang yan muna dyan kasi napindot ko. Okay? Pero may 3. Di ba sabi, ano bang ibig sabihin ng highest? Highest nga, walang mas malaki kesa sa 2, kundi 2 lang talaga yung pinakamalaki. May 3. So, it's not quadratic. Okay, nakuha nyo? Hindi lang basta dapat makita nyo yung 2, kailangan highest siya. Highest yung 2 talaga para second degree, para maging quadratic. Okay? So, next question, andyan na. Anong sagot? Quadratic yan. Bakit? My highest exponent of 2. Next. Okay, may operation. Pero, pag nag-perform ka ba ng operation, tingnan natin ha. Pag nag-perform ka, 1/2 times h. Yan. 1/2 times h is 1/2. Magaling. Magaling ako dito sa sulat-sulat. Ang pangit. Okay, 1/2 times h is 1/2 h. Makakakita ka ba ng h squared, yung 2 sa taas? Hindi. Therefore, not po yan. Hindi siya quadratic. Okay. Last. Perform the operation daw. Sige, pause nyo yung video. Ano yung sagot? Quadratic yan. Bakit quadratic? Kasi, pag nag-perform ka ng operation, multiplication of polynomials yan. Pag nag-perform ka ng operation, then yung first term mo, w times yung w, you will come up with w squared. Diba? So, quadratic. Okay? So, ma'am, paano yun, ma'am? Hindi na namin alam kung paano mag-multiply. Okay? Anyway, may review lesson tayo dyan. Review lesson. Hindi lesson talaga. Review lang. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan kung paano mag-identify ng quadratic or not. Okay? So, continue na tayo, no? Sa next slide. Okay, ito na yon, diba? Sabi ko, every video, yung last part is for you to answer. Okay? So, here's a short quiz, pero mukhang wala siya sa video na to. So, please go to joinmyquiz.com, use your family name as a player, take a screenshot of your final score after answering. So, saan makikita yung joinmyquiz.com na link, sa ano yung i-enter na code, ano yung dapat na code? Okay, so don't worry because I'll be giving it to you through your GC. Okay? So, watch lang muna ng video, tapos, or sa Google Classroom, upload ko na lang yung Join My Quiz na kung saan sasagutan nyo to. Okay? But make sure to watch this video first before answering. Okay? So, that will be all for this video. Bye-bye, everyone!